Howdy, howdy. Sudevil here, and welcome to the first online quick battle I've had in a very long while. As you can see, I've got some Beastmen up here. I think the Beastmen are really one of the Dowie's toughest matchups. I'm going to go over my army first. I brought in 4 gyrocopters, 2 with just the regular steam cannons, specifically for Ungor Raiders or Centaurs with throwing axes, because they just don't have a whole lot of armor, so I can route them quickly. And I brought 2 gyrocopters with brimstone guns, specifically for Cygors. And I have deployed back quite a ways. I mean, they've got plenty of room to kind of go around, but I do want to give my gyrocopters time to operate. He's going to throw some rocks at my gyrocopters. He's going to actually hit them a few times, but what I want to do is I want to get my regular gyrocopters onto his Ungor Raiders, and my gyrocopters with brimstone guns onto his Cygors for my main line. Now, I haven't done any real research into the Beastmen. I have started and will start releasing some videos on my essential units series to say to research what are the best units to bring. But here we've got Longbeards with just 1 chevron. Longbeards are pretty reliable, and 1 chevron's a good spot to have them just for a fairly decent front line. I did bring Thorgrim Grudgebearer, and I brought with him the Great Book of Grudges for the +9 melee attack within 55 meters. You can see it has a pretty good range on that. And on both my edges, I've got Bugman's Rangers with 3 chevrons. I think these guys have 3 as well. And I've got Slayers with 1, and the Slayers here as well. I think I should have brought Dragonback Slayers. I'll do some testing on that. And I did have a unit of hammers hidden in the woods in reserve. I was expecting a lot of Bestigors. One of the reasons that the Beastmen are actually pretty difficult to deal with is they do have a lot of options, but my opponent, he brought 2 units of Ungor Raiders, and he brought 4 units of Minotaurs with shields, so some pretty heavy hitters. On his front line, he's got Malagor the Dark Omen, and he's got a pretty full loadout, it looks like to me. Let's see if we can get over there. Arcane Conduit, Savage Dominion, Mantle of Gorok, Traitor Kin, Devolve, Bray Scream, Vile Tide, Bestial Surge, which actually is quite a good ability, Unholy Power. So he's really jacked up, and he only has 1 unit of Bestigors. So I'm just going to leave my units of... I'll just start going here, so let's go a little while to engage. I'm going to leave my unit of hammers hidden until he gets closer. But you can see these gyrocopters with just steam cannons, they go to work really fast, and they do quite a good job. All I want to do is, the gyrocopters with brimstone guns won't actually do a ton of fast damage to these Cygors. I just want to hold them there. So I have done a quick bombing run on this side, and his Cygors are held in place, and they're going to keep firing at my gyrocopters, which is just fine by me. Like right here, these Cygors are 1,600, these Ungor Raiders are 400, so he's got about 4,000 gold tied up here, and I've only got 3,000 gold, so I'm already winning the battle if I can just hold them here. I've deployed my Bugman's Rangers in the woods to keep them hidden. I want to keep my Slayers hidden as well. I really should have deployed them a little out, but we're already into these Minotaurs with shields. We're not going to do a whole lot. I'm not going to countercharge with my Longbeards because they have charge defense gets large. I'm going to let him hit my line. I did want to get some early shots with my Bugman's Rangers. I did bring a little close, but I will start deploying my Slayers onto this side, and I'll bring Ungrim into the front. And you can see he is summoning a Cygor here, and his Bestigors are quite a ways back. So I'm just going to tee off with my Rangers on these Minotaurs. I brought in my Slayers already. So they're going to town on these Minotaurs, and we're shooting. So I want to basically wrap up the line. So unfortunately, my Bugman's Rangers got stuck here. He's going to do a bit of a Bray Scream and knock them all over. But my Slayers are going to work, and I am going to move my Rangers back. Now that I see his Bestigors herds coming, I am deploying my hammers. He's going to start shooting at my Bugman's Rangers with his Cygor, but that's just fine. I've already got these Minotaurs ready to route, and I will get my hammers in to fight these Bestigors in very quickly. So the Minotaurs are going to go, and I'm just in the back here. I've almost got this Cygor down. He has routed one of my gyrocopters, but basically I'm winning by keeping 1,000 gold off the field right there, so I can win this frontline engagement. I'm sending my hammers in after these Bestigors. He has retreated them, but I'm starting to wrap up this side of the line. I don't know why I brought these Slayers back, but I've got these Bugman's Rangers shooting here. They are getting shot at by this Cygor. They're going to take a bit of a beating, but that's fine. But I've already wrapped up this side of the line and got these Minotaurs on the go. And we are getting our hammers to come in. We're going to go after those Bestigors, and we're going to start shooting at Malagor. There's not a whole lot of time left. You know, I haven't killed. I think I got one Cygor routing in the very back, but that doesn't really matter because I've just basically he's fighting with 1,000 less gold. The Longbeards are holding up all right against the Minotaurs, not too bad at all. And now that my hammers have got into the back of the Bestigors, they're going to start dealing some damage and dishing out the punishment. So we're starting to rout his line. He's only got a little bit left in the battle, and I don't know that everything's routed. He probably just called it quits now that everything's starting to collapse. And that was the fight. So we'll take a look at the end plates here. And you can see the Cygors, I mean, 1 and 2 kills. The Ungor Raiders, they got 1 kill. So between, for 4,000 gold, they got 4 kills. Yeah, they were all gyrocopters, but that's just fine. And our gyrocopters with that were going against the Ungor Raiders got 57 and 13. And these gyrocopters, the Brimstone guns, got nothing. But really, that's a very, very good trade for me. Because if he could have got those Cygors shooting into, you know, even my Longbeards or my hammers, if he could have saw them, it just, Cygors are really quite tough to deal with, and that's one of the reasons why the Beastmen are so difficult to face up, because they can bring a bunch of Bestigors and some chariots and some hounds and things like this, and like war pigs, and just be fast and surround you, or they can have artillery in the form of Cygors. They can go magic heavy, they can bring Gorbles. They have a lot of options. So the Longbeards didn't do much, but they were fighting Minotaurs. So the Minotaurs did 35, 47, 14, 17, and 15. And the Bestigors still did 40, I mean, even though it was one unit. And our hammers did 25, but they weren't even hurt. Our Slayers did 16 and 12. I really think Dragonback Slayers are probably necessary for this matchup. I just brought an army. This was the first online battle I've had in like an online quick battle I've had in like 2 years, maybe something like that. I wanted to get back into it slowly, and you know, I always pick up to my dwarfs right away so that you know, no one thinks I'm counter picking somehow, and they can pick whatever they like against the Dowie, and I'll bring an army. And I do think the Beastmen are pretty tough, so I had planned on working on the Dark Elves and really getting some essential units stuff done on them and some testing, but I think I'm going to do the Beastmen first because they do feel tougher to fight. I've actually had a number of battles not on quick battle against the Dark Elves and the Beastmen, and the Beastmen they're just more difficult to face up. I mean, the Gyrocopters are fantastic in this fight, no matter how you look at it. So and they performed very well. They did exactly what I wanted them to do, and you know, I don't know if the Longbeards are the best, but they're just Longbeards with 1 chevron are so reliable in any matchup. If you don't know what to bring, you can always bring them. And then I've just brought Thorgrim for that +9 melee attack buff and just some edge protection. A really, really basic army for this fight. It was a fun battle, though. You know, it's just, it demonstrates the different types of builds the Beastmen can bring. So really fun fighting Gator, and I hope to see him again on ladder. I hope you all like that. If you like that, definitely hit like, say so, subscribe, and comment. I love comments. Everyone who watches my channel knows that I love comments. I find them very, very interesting to hear what people's thoughts are on the builds and you know, their online experience. So I'd love to hear comments down below. And with that said, I will see you soon.